Turn it on just like that. It's recording right now. So okay, so for those of you that remained, this is not a henchman show, this is not a henchman show, this is not a henchman show. But we have cleared the room as usual. Almost. So I'm going to read some poetry and I'm going to be accompanied by the Slurve. And this first one, followed after poetry, will be some throat singing for the season. And this first one is called Afraid. I am afraid of not being afraid, afraidly, afraidish, after the fact. I tell myself convincingly, why am I not afraid of sleeping alone when I'm afraid of sleeping with the wrong person? Why am I not afraid of eating alone when I'm afraid of wasting a meal with bad conversation? Why am I not afraid of not getting laid when I'm afraid of bad sex? Why am I not afraid of being with someone else when I'm afraid the next one might not be the one? Why am I not afraid of being alone when I'm afraid of being with someone who makes me feel alone? Because I must be what I am. For being what I am is not foolish, just coolish, though others will be afraid to understand, and I won't be afraid. So this is called Character Actor. I am talking about burning bridges, bridges I built and those about to come down. My fault? Theirs. I don't know. I can't feel them because living inside this glass house, they only see their lives as they let you. That's something I never try to do. Try to do with purpose. Honest, I didn't mean it. It was an accident. A little voice rings in my ears. Good enough. Let others do the burning if they must. Let themselves snap each other into two. Let them come crawling back. Come crying out for you. Make them miss you. Make them beg you for mercy. Let them tell you they are sorry. Slipping inside and outside of character. That's what traveling is for, the wise old man once said. You can be what you want without batting an eye. You can be that fellow girl and guy and wake up with a hangover and clap your hands. I think I need a change, like tires that have gone flat. I need a change before I become like that. I want to just be. Down by the sea, I saw them crawl, the sloth, the slut, the Neanderthal. The salt of the ocean lay heavy on the sand. The sting of the crystal be fallen on my hand. For there is no path but the chosen one that I will seek. The decisions are lost upon the mind that is meek. Forgive the bothersome, forgoing the chance. I am done with maybes. I am at last ready for the final dance. For dance I must make, merry it should be, the moment I saw my own mortality flash in front of me. Bang and a whistle, the common bird nesting in the thistle tree that grows on the land flying high over the sea. That is me. I have hung long enough with the whore, the liar, the cheat. I look in the mirror in the air, and I see myself in the path of deceit. I no longer want to be amongst the slut, the sloth, the Neanderthal. I want to just be. These next two poems I wrote about my mother who passed away June 1st. And other than in mourning, I've never read these public. So this is the, forgive me, my voice. This is called Belonging. I spoke to you as you passed before my eyes. I told you that I loved you, but that was no surprise. So many things I can feel, so many words. Makes me angry, makes me sad, makes me happy, makes me glad. Glad you are my mother. You chose to be mine. We said we'd love each other till the end of time. But nobody knows when time stops, when the clock stops ticking, when the second hand is silently still. Your voice still sweet, still happy, your life complete. I am your son, you will always be my mother. My mom, the Arizona babe, Ma Yiddish, Sheila B. You told me not to cry. I said, what should I do, laugh instead? Yeah, and that's exactly what we did. Laugh to the end. I love you, Mom, always and forever. Forever to the sky. You are my strength to bind up my weakness. My soul now is speechless, filled with safe trespasses for your next road ahead. I love you, Mom, now and always. My tears flowing, I cannot come to grips that you are going. My glasses fog up, I can still hear your heart beating. Though I am not ready, you tell me you are. I'm smiling through my tears. You have given me my best years. I love you, Mom, always and forever. Thank you. This one is called In Translation. Strangely queer, the smashing lumber inside my slumber, enveloping, cloaking, embracing my worst nightmare. Oh, wispy hum in the night sky, I look to the west, the stars wither and die. Oh, wispy hum in the night sky, I look to the west, the stars wither and die. In pieces they fall, my heart's tiny space. I look to the east, the terror etched in my face. Many moons she is passing through, stopping before me, waving like golden brown wheat blowing inside glowing lighted gates. When doors open, they creak. When doors shut, they slam. Oh, mother, my sky, I become you. Oh, mother, my sky, I become you. I am the flower you pick. I am the grass that grows. I am the songbird that sings at the top of his throat at 3:56 a.m. while it is nearly 2 a.m. where you are. But nobody knows when time stops, when the clock stops ticking, when the second hand is silently still, when the sun meets the meadow and your shadow covers the landscape like a checkered picnic blanket atop the hill. Conscious becomes tale. I am on the side of history that cradles you dearly in my brain, acutely aware of the words I admit. I know laughter is in the state of it, waiting for you to cross the street, holding my hand you never let go. I am the poet you raised rightfully so. I have worn the shoes you are now standing in. I am so lost, yet so found in translation. I wrote that on May 27th. My mom passed 5 days later. This one is for all my musician friends, and this one's called If Only I Could Play the Guitar. If only I could play the guitar, I'd tell you in a song how wonderful you are, the heart you might not realize you have, the strength in numbers by the power of one, the soul in your heart by giving it all to one. By the power of suggestion, you've unclogged some of the congestion that I've struggled with for the last 2 years. The work interpreted, not damaged or corrupted, will go on even without you standing by. I cry when I write these verses. I've shed a lot of tears thinking, breathing, how to respond to you being gone. I wish I could play the guitar. I would tell you in a song how wonderful you are. So, let's see who's here. Oh, okay, I see who's here. Young lady with the candles, come forward to get an apple. Take the apple. Young man with the Asheville, come take the apple. Young man with the, looks like the blue jean jacket, come forward and take an apple. Yes. The young man with the Morris University shirt, come take an apple. So these are instructions. So what I'd like you to do is, I want you to make music with the apple by eating it. That's what I'd like you to do. You don't have to do that, but I'd like you to do that while I'm reading this poem. Can you do that? Okay. This is called Left Sock Piece. Slip your left sock off your left foot. Put it in your left hand. Examine it carefully and smell its cleanly odor with your left nostril only. Place your left sock on your right foot, over your right sock. Step lively. Cement teeth piece. Lay teeth flat on a table. Brush and floss them. Call a dentist up and tell them, smile. Hello Kitty Pez Piece. Place dispenser in upright position. Push white dispenser slide upward. Insert rectangular Pez inside. Bite into and swallow. Instant cavities. Yardstick piece. Measure space elevation of determination. We are unable to breathe. Yellow paintbrush piece. Grip yellow paintbrush between left thumb, index, and middle fingers. Paint an imaginary cloud. Dip in water. Rinse and repeat. Couple more poems. I want to thank you, all 20 of you, for sticking around. This one is called Manslaughter, or Man's Laughter. It's not one and the same. Manslaughter, man's laughter, man's laughter, man's laughter. Now would you look at that? Laughter at a man who fell to the ground. Laughter at a man who was pushed out the door while the car was still moving. Laughter at a man who no one believed. Laughter at a man who no one conceived could overcome the sloppiest torch job to destroy a man's confidence through shoddy words and suggestions, and still he survived the scathing snow job that was meant to silence him for good? Just how in the world did he survive? How in the world did he stay alive? When the calls for his ouster were louder than an angry mom. When the calls for his ouster were louder than an angry mob. Man's laughter, man's laughter, man's laughter is not the same feeling as in manslaughter. Okay. Now, this next poem will be my last poem. Now this is a, whoa, okay. I don't know what just happened here, but great. My computer just, okay. No. Shoot. All right, that's what happened. Dang it. This is great. There we go. Okay. She'll work in a sec. There we go. She's coming up for air. There we go. Okay. So while I'm turning this thing on, and while my computer just doesn't like this room, because it's too damn cold. Maybe I can tell you a story. So, does everybody know what today is?
John
Well,
Lennon.
you know, 37 years ago, you know, John Lennon was killed. Now, I didn't know him personally, but I don't know Yoko personally either. I don't know Sean either, and I don't know Julian. And but I do know that Yoko loves $29 ramen because I've seen her in a restaurant in New York. Yeah. You know, she prefers $29 as opposed to 29-cent ramen.
Caviar.
What's that?
She loves caviar.
Oh yeah, she loves caviar. She loves throwing away clothes. Oh yeah, actually though, actually I do have this though. I was thinking, what does Yoko Ono have in common with Ethiopians? They both live off of dead Beatles.
Hell no. Oh, hell no.
I know. Tell that at your next, tell that joke at your next show. See how far you get. Okay, we'll get this one. We'll get this one going again. There it is. I don't know why that happened. Okay. Come on. Billions and billions and billions and billions and come on. Don't be difficult now. Okay. I think that was the ghost of John.
Deer.
Yes. A deer. Doe a deer. A female. Okay, give me a sec here and this will come up. Okay, so back to the, so this next one, this after this last one is a, okay, I got it. It says, your computer's clock is set to a date before January 1st, 2008. This may cause some applications to behave erratically. That's never happened before. Thank you, John. Okay, so this is actually a song of mine. I wrote it in Denmark. I wrote the lyrics in Denmark 2 years ago. Never read it before. Just live. Certainly not dead either, but this is one that I call the Ballad of the Yellow Killer Snail. In old Denmark, once upon a tale, came the story of the yellow killer snail that attacked at midnight in the gardens of Middelfart. So quietly it crawled and left behind a slimy, invisible trail. So destructive it was to the flowers, the dirt, and the tomatoes. In Copenhagen, where matters are taken quite seriously, don't you know? 1 million questions to 1 million answers. What to do, what to do, what to do, the citizens cried. Indeed, what to do, said Mikkel Gumshoe, the top man hired by special Royal Danish forces, teamed up with 1,000 bloodhound horses, all destined to find the murderous little fiend. Yellow killer snail, put it in jail. Yellow killer snail, you'll be afforded no bail. Yellow killer snail, you'll be denied snail mail. Mikkel Gumshoe, hot on the trail, couldn't find it fast enough as it continued to assail every possible avenue. Every smoking gun was reduced to none. So he said aloud to himself, Little yellow snail with butter and garlic, I'm gonna steam you well. I'll hunt you down for making my life a living hell. I'll get you, you slug, if it's the last act I ever commit. So it is written by the Danish Insect Lovers Club. The poor slug is a bug, not a thug that creeps in the night when you turn out the light and head to bed. It's all in your head, the guidebook read. But what if it's true? What is the dainty Danish housewife ever to do? And the farmer who toils in the field? Or the man who believes everything written in the newspaper when he comes home after a hard day's night? And the children? What about the children? What about the children? Dear Lord, the children who always scream in fright. Yellow killer snail, gonna bury you with a shovel and a pail. Yellow killer snail, let's face it, when it comes to making trouble, you're a little racist. Giving up is not my nature, but spending 1 million kroners to find a beast that slickens the surface of the rail garden is mad. Just mad. 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 Yellow killer snail. Secretly, I think you're groovy. When I find you, I'm gonna grind your corpse into a yellow custard smoothie. Yellow killer snail, you will not prevail. Satan is happy with your progress. Yellow killer snail, you don't belong here. Yellow killer snail, I think you're rather queer. Yellow killer snail, you're a double dipper. When I find your slimy ass, I'll cut you in half with my sharpened clipper. But just after I celebrate Yom Kippur. Yellow killer snail, put it in jail. Yellow killer snail, you'll be afforded no bail. Thank you. All right, so would you like to hear some throat singing? Yes, no? Throat singing?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So how about I'll do two. So how many TV fans do we have out here? Yeah, do we remember All in the Family? Okay, you're probably, if you're not over 40, you don't remember it.
I don't remember all
Is that
of
one
It's
Gary
okay.
Coleman?
What's that?
Gary Coleman?
No, that's Family Matters. Or no, wait, that's Family Matters, right?
No, that's Urkel.
Oh,
All in the Family.
All in the Families with Archie Bunker.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I remember that show.
Yeah,
Those are
yeah.
the days.
Yeah.
So this is the theme to All in the Family. Should take some water. And I want to thank the Slurve for backing me up on piano. Let's give him a nice hand.
Woo!
Okay, so this is theme to All in the Family. Boy, did we let Glenn Miller play songs that made the hit parade. Guys like us, we had it made. Girls were girls and men were men. Mister, we could use a man like Herbert Hoover again. Didn't need no welfare state. Everybody pulled his weight. G.R. Old LaSalle ran great. Those were the days.
Woo!
Okay, thank you. So I guess we're on that other season where the guy slides down your chimney, breaks into your home, leaves you with a bunch of crap, and then you just end up returning it anyway on the 26th, right? So this is actually one of my favorite hymns of all time. This is, I'll do the short version of Silent Night. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round young virgin mother and child, holy infant, so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Thank you.
Woo!
Good night, Rock Island. And to all those kids that walked out the door after their Jesus spoke.
They're going to pray to Jesus.
That doesn't matter. She's probably part Welsh, part Hungarian, meaning she's well hung. Yeah, Sid Yiddish is full of jokes tonight. Amen. Or maybe that's ramen.
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 Amen.
Okay. Fini.